In a Gazette notice dated 12th July 2024, the President stated, and I quote, "Cognizant of the imperative to better equip and orientate government in its implementation of the administration's plan for a better Kenya, espoused as the bottom-up economic transformation agenda better, recognizing the overwhelming feedback of people of Kenya on the responsiveness of government in the performance of its functions, committed to enhancing efficiency, effectiveness, transparency and accountability in public service delivery by realigning its governance structure and leadership so as to ensure rapid delivery of public services to Kenyans in every part of the Republic, and conscious that a review and reorganization of my administration is necessary to embed operational enhancement and foster responsive governance." End of quote. Further stating, and I quote, that in accordance with Article 152(5)(b) of the Constitution, the cabinet secretaries listed below have been dismissed from office as stated. End of quote. The President then went ahead to list all the 21 cabinet secretaries by their names, prefixes and accolades.
We are shocked to see that the President has nominated some of the people who he had gazetted as dismissed. And you know very well, even in a normal working setup, once you dismiss an employee for obvious reason that they have not performed at your workplace or they have fell short of what you require of them, reappointing them or nominating them for reappointment clearly casts aspersion on the genuinity. For obvious reasons, and as members of the legal profession, we are also going to take serious actions, especially now going to court, to challenge some of these nominations on these persons whom have been dismissed, constitutionally dismissed from workplace for obvious fact that they fell short of integrity and leadership, issues of accountability, all these manners of even handling and use of public funds, and how they have been managing their ministerial positions and portfolios. And I think as a country, and what we have been expecting to see mostly, is to see a president who is willing and able to take actions against some of his close friends whom we know have not been of any benefit to the members of the public.
Stephen Mbogwa, a council member at the Law Society of Kenya, however, argues that the 6 now recycled nominees of the President already fail requirements of Chapter 6, Part 1 of the Constitution, which states that authority assigned to a state officer is a public trust to be exercised in a manner that is consistent with the purposes and objects of the Constitution, demonstrates respect for the people, brings honor to the nation and dignity to the office, and promotes public confidence in the integrity of the office, and vests in the state officer the responsibility to serve the people rather than the power to rule them.
The country has been in a space where we felt that most of the CSs, if not all, they fell short of the competence. Most of them don't fit the bill. They don't fit the bill to manage the affairs of various portfolios they were given. They don't fit the bill to manage the affairs of the public. They don't fit the bill to be able to have a better way of communicating the agenda of the government and even realizing the agenda of the government to the people. So as a result, the public has lost a lot of confidence with how the State House has been running their business. And therefore, to regain that trust, it needs a clear and a sober mind, and the President has to get it right, because he gets it wrong, he is done.
The chapter further states the guiding principles of leadership and integrity include selection on the basis of personal integrity, competence and suitability, or election in free and fair elections, objectivity and impartiality in decision-making, and in ensuring that decisions are not influenced by nepotism, favoritism, other improper motives or corrupt practices. Selfless service based solely on the public interest, demonstrated by honesty in the execution of public duties, and Constitution of Kenya, the declaration of any personal interest that may conflict with public duties, accountability to the public for decisions and actions, and discipline and commitment in service to the people.
He never dismissed Musalia Mudavadi. So he felt he was comfortable having him around. He felt he wanted him around to manage the particular portfolio of foreign affairs. So the rest of the cabinet, he gazetted them as dismissed. So that clearly means they had fell short and he did not want any one of them there in his cabinet for obvious reasons. And what I look forward to is not even the fact that he has nominated them, because he may express his wish to nominate somebody, but the ball now goes back to the vetting entity, which is the parliament, where now we have to see these guys have to appear for vetting. We scrutinize them for various questions. Members of the public will submit memoranda on various concerns they have with these ministers, these cabinet secretaries, and what they have been doing either in private or public life, and that should be a determining factor on whether they should be forwarded for appointment. So the ball now goes back again to Parliament, the eyes go back to the Parliament, and we want to see how our parliamentarians are going to play with this particular issue.
David Kagina, K24 TV, Nairobi.